This one 44-gallon drum is going to solve 6 storage problems in my shed. And they are this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem. Yeah, so as far as problems go, I mean, they're not too bad, but they're just little things that irk me. I don't like it. I like things to have a spot. And this 44-gallon drum is that spot. Now, I did see a video on Instagram which inspired this idea. I didn't think of it a whole lot myself, but basically they use a 44-gallon drum, cut a hole in it big enough to fit a bucket in where you have your loose spare bolts from all your other random projects. Put the bucket in there, and then when you want to sort through your bolts, you tip the bucket of bolts onto the 44 and hole in top, and then you just sort through and put them back into the bucket when you're done. Great idea, but I've also got a few other things that I want to upgrade on this thing to make it multi-purpose. So let's go over to the bench and we'll run through the gear you need to do the same thing if you want to do something similar at home. Bear in mind, it's all still rattling around in my head, so there might be things that I take away or put in. So I'll put a full list in the description of what I actually ended up using by the end of the video. That way, if you want to go and do something similar, you can go and buy it in one hit. So you're going to need some 100mm saddles, 3 swivel caster wheels, 8 90-degree brackets, 30 button head screws, 3 10-litre buckets, a length of 50 by 3mm black aluminium flat bar, a sheet of form ply, a couple of metres 100mm PVC, 2 garage storage hooks, and a Schmick 44-gallon drum. The first thing we're going to do is cut up this Schmick 44-gallon drum. We need to cut a few spots. We need to cut the top out to allow the rags to go in. We need to cut the bottom out where the bucket is going to fit, just in the side, and then we need a hole in the side as well for where the rags will come out from. I'm going to do the top with the plasma cutter, and I'm going to do the ones in the side with either a hole saw or probably a step drill and a 5-inch grinder. Probably going easier just to watch it. If you haven't got a plasma cutter, a jigsaw would also do well. You can probably even use a 5-inch grinder or a 4-inch grinder, whatever you've got, just to cut it out and then tidy it up with the grinder or a die grinder would be another way to do it. But for this job, the plasma cutter is the easiest way to go. This is the hole that the bucket's going to go in and out of. See, it fits quite nicely in there, plenty of room. I've underthought it. I've gone through, you need to come up probably 15mm from that bottom edge to cut it in. So make sure you don't do the same mistake. I'm going to go through and probably weld that back together. So I'm just checking to make sure everything fits. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and run the stubby cooler holder storage device inside the drum. So I cut the hole in the bottom. Pipe for the stubby coolers will go over here. Down here I'll cut the hole for the rag bin, and then there'll be another pipe inside here that'll be for the bolts to go down. That's the drum all cut up. We need to cut 2 round pieces of ply. One will go under the base, which will take our caster wheels. Another one that will sit inside here on some 90-degree brackets, which will make our rag shelf. And then we need one to make oversized, slightly bigger than the OD of this drum. That'll be where we sort our bolts, put our stubby coolers, and drink our beer. That's our 3 pieces of ply we need for the job. So one's the base that gets screwed through the bottom of the drum. That's what we'll screw our casters to. This one will be the shelf for the rags. They're pretty much the same diameter. These were cut roughly, these will end up being cut with a jigsaw. They can be a bit rougher, you're not going to see them. And it was actually a mission to cut the top with that router that way to get it not a nice even edge. It would be easier just to try and cut a square top. If you've got the space and a router is a pain, I would go with a square top. It's just a lot easier. That took me probably 20 minutes, half an hour just to cut that top out. So the way I want to attach these brackets here is basically it's going to be, I've painted some 4.8mm rivets black, so 4.8 diameter, looks to be about 15mm long, so it'll be like a 9mm grip. So this is going to go through a hole in the drum, through the drum, into the bracket with a little washer behind it because the hole's a bit big for the rivet, and then rivet it on, and that'll clamp into the drum and it'll be able to hold our shelf very nicely. If you want to help Dad, you need to put your hand in here and push down really hard, okay? When I say so. Okay, push down really hard. Push down, hard as you can. Good job, mate. Okay, one more. Push down as hard as you can. Push down. Alright, so I've got the white paint pen around the outside. I've centralised the drum on this lid, and I've got a white paint pen marked the circumference of the drum, and I've marked the centre of the pipes at both sides. You can see I've got a mark here, that's for the bolt pipe. I did find 2 of these downpipe droppers in my spare parts kit, so I'm going to use them. They're going to screw to the underside of the top, and they will line up and they will slot nicely inside with plenty of room inside those pipe, the 100mm pipes going down. I'll put one 90-degree bracket on it, or maybe 2, just to locate it so it can't be orientated the wrong way. Might test fit them before I screw them off fully. So now just got to find centre of these. Hole saw out a hole slightly bigger than this dropper, but it'll end up sitting on the plastic. So that bit of ply will end up being a cover for these holes. When you're drilling the holes, make sure you don't just go through from one side, because what will happen when you're pushing through, it'll blow out. So especially if this is our face side, we don't want to ruin that. So come through from one side, get it started, then flip it over and do the other side. All right, that's the top almost done. So I've got the lids, the pipe, they go directly down the pipes obviously. 1 mark coolers, 1 mark bolts. Just had a couple of 10mm bolts floating around and a nut just to make a bit of a handle. One more thing we're going to do on this top is make an edge. That's what the aluminium flat bar is for. So I've got that 50x3mm aluminium flat bar, powder coated black. I've got to roll it into a ring, and I'll put screws every probably 100mm all the way around, and that'll stop when you tip the bolts out. That'll stop them from going everywhere, rolling off the edge, hopefully. So we've got to mark a line to drill all our holes at, then go mark them out at 100mm centres, and then we'll try and roll our own ring at home. So this is how I plan to roll the aluminium ring to go around the tabletop. It's just a bit of box section, 6mm plate, and some 48mm OD pipe, would be 40 MB pipe. The idea will be as I work it into that gap there, work my way around, make a ring. There is a special ring roller that you can get. I don't have one obviously, so for this application I think this will work all right. That went easier than I expected. It works really well. I mean, it's not perfect. You can still see a little bit of a gap here and there where it's not perfectly round ring, but it's done the job. If I was really being fussy, I could probably put a bit of black silicone or polyurethane like Sikaflex in here to seal the gaps, but I'm not sure I'm going to bother. Put some wheels on it and some hooks and a bit of pinch weld, and this project's done. So I need a half decent screw to hold these on. I would suggest like a 14 gauge by like 20mm, 25mm, as short as you can get them, because it is going to end up going through the bottom of. These are the shortest screws I've got. It's like a 50mm 12 gauge hex head screw. They're obviously going to go through the ply and then end up in the bottom of the drum. What to do is snap them or cut them off at the end, because you want something half decent. I would suggest a 14 gauge if you could get one. Obviously they're going to be a bit better, but 12 gauge should be fine as well. I had another hook floating around on the wall that I wasn't using, so I decided to try and use that to hang my chairs up. I'm a bit worried about the weight of the stools trying to topple the whole table over. Hopefully that when I get the bolts in the bottom there'll be enough to sort of counteract it, but we'll see how we go. If we can't hang the stools off it, then it's not the end of the world. We might be able to hang two off it, might be okay, but we'll see how we go. I'll put the hook there anyway. I'm sure we'll use it for something in the future. That sort of wanted to topple over with just two stools on it, so not even high hose are holding all four, even with bolts in, but we'll see how we go. That's done. We'll put it all together. We'll give it a test run. Managed to get that all done in a day, so that is a great one-day project. Maybe a couple $100 depending on what you've got lying around and what you've got to buy. Something that's got 5 purposes in a smaller shed or any shed, it's a great use of space. So I think it's time well spent. I've got a few more storage ideas I want to try for the shed, so make sure you tune in for them. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.